Hello and welcome everybody. I'm really happy to see you all here, and I'm grateful that you are willing to take this hour and dedicate it to the women in Iran and their loved ones who are fighting now for their freedom in that country. I'm also grateful for all the circumstances and chances and energies that led you to be in this session here. And this is a live public session, so I keep everybody muted in this session and the video off so that only I'm visible here for the public version. Here's the plan for tonight. After this intro speech here, which is maybe around 5 minutes, we'll do a short prayer of protection, and then we'll go into a visualization using a drawing that I made. Then that's going to take maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't really know. Then we're going to go into the section that is the live channeled healing song that is going to take maybe also 10, maybe 20 minutes maximum. And then we have a few minutes of silence, after which I'm going to turn off the recording, and then we can get together and chat and exchange about how it went. I'm pretty sure that we'll be done within 60 minutes altogether, including the 5 minutes in the beginning. So a little bit of context about why these meditations exist. In 1979, a change happened in Iran, and it was to the detriment of the people in Iran. The totalitarian regime got installed, and the people have experienced exceeding brutality and exceeding oppression over the years, and it's come to a culminating point now where the women are fighting with their bare hands and standing up to those powers just themselves on the streets. So that's a situation I just can't stand by and not do anything about. And that's why I started these meditations. The next thing is that I personally grew up in Romania in the dictatorship back then, and I have first-hand experience what it means to be oppressed and not have any rights. And even though that was already unbearable back then, what is happening right now in Iran is just not comparable. It's way worse than it was in Romania. So that's my second reason. I have personal history with that. And the third reason is simply that by calling, I'm a light worker, and that means that wherever I see that there is darkness, if I can, I will invite in the light to come where there is darkness, because light dissipates darkness. So those are my main reasons why I'm doing this. And I hope that it helps, and then I hope that whatever these little meditations are doing here, this is the fourth one, it's going to be a little drop in the bucket that is going to bring to the tipping point in that country, in Iran, where the people will regain equality, happiness, and women are able to dance on the streets and sing in the streets without being punished, in freedom, and they can wear their hair any way they want, and nobody's afraid of them, and that they have a woman president. And I just wish all of that to the people in Iran to happen. And these healing sessions have been focused on the women in Iran and their loved ones. And this session probably will be in similar ways, but differently than all the other sessions, because all of this is channeled and received and broadcast to you guys through me, because I make myself available. And then also to be complete human beings, we need to also focus on the people who right now bear the title of oppressors, those people in power. So in these meditations, in every one, there was always time where we focused on those people as well, because those are the actual weak people. They are afraid of freedom. They are afraid of people who are free. They are actually the weak link of humanity. So if we focus on them, those are actually the people who really need the healing. The people who receive the blows right now, they have the shining, powerful light in their hearts. But the people who deliver the blows, they don't know that they have that light. So maybe these meditations are going to be just a little spark of light that may be reaching them, and maybe they decide to put down their guns and actually become human beings again, and to remember themselves in their humanity and in their sacredness and the sacredness of all life. Now the focus of this session is going to be on the heart, and the drawing that I'm going to share with you in a moment on the screen here is a drawing that basically has drawn itself through my hand, and when it was done I realized that this is a beautiful representation of the spirit of humanity itself, which is a loving, compassionate, beautiful, generous, playful, inclusive, tolerant, curious spirit, and a loving spirit. So that's the real, true nature of us human beings, and I believe in that, and I believe that it is in every human being, in every heart. That drawing is going to be centered around the heart of us humans and the heart of humanity. And the channeled song that I want to sing for you later on is about the heart as well today. It's called Inima Mea in Romanian. That's the Romanian title, because I'm going to sing in Romanian. And what it means is that it says, the title means my heart. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be somehow about the heart of humanity, or the heart of the people in Iran, or our hearts, all of our hearts. I don't know the words, because this is a healing song that I received in a traditional healing ceremony, and I've sung it only very few times so far. I know the melody roughly, and it may also very well change as I'm singing it. And we're just going to go with the flow, depends on what the reception is like. And just to clarify, for those of you who don't know or not familiar with channeling, what that actually means, it means that the channeler sets himself or herself into a state of receptiveness and requests and receives information and energies that are not available under normal circumstances. So with that in mind, I'm going to guide you through each section here. So all you need to do is relax and go with the flow, and stay in your heart, keeping the people in Iran in your heart best you can. The name of the drawing, I forgot to say, is Inti, and that's the name for the spirit of humanity. I received that name through channeling as well, so that's why I'm using it. And before we get started with the visualization now, I would like to attune with a prayer of protection. And one more clarification before we do that. When I use words like divine, or I'm going to use even the word God in the prayer of protection, I come from a non-religious background, from a non-dogmatic background, and for me the divine and the forces that hold together the universe, existence, eternity, are all names for one and the same energy that holds everything in life together. And in my own words, I say that it's the silent vibrational force that holds everything together unconditionally and knows itself in and through all that it holds together unconditionally. So that force is in each of us, and that's what I'm talking to. And I invite you to come to that prayer in that way as well, with as open of a mind as possible. So let's get started with the prayer of protection. And you can close your eyes and gently repeat after me if you feel comfortable doing so. The light of God surrounds me, surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the Spirit of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And gently repeat after me also. May I be open and receptive only to those informations and energies that are to my highest good in the perfect amount needed for my evolution, for our evolution and our healing at this time. And let it be so. I'm going to share now that image with you, and I invite you to focus on that image. One moment. You should see this image right now, the disk of light. I hope you do. Yeah. And during the drawing, I invite you, during the visualization here, I invite you to take a look at this drawing. You can look at it and gaze at it in general, all the way around, to take in all the details. But then at some point, come to a decision to focus on the center, right there, that little spot. And as you focus on that center, relax your eyes, your gaze onto that center, and you will notice how the drawing starts to come alive or shift in some way. And make an easy focus. You don't need to strain or effort in any way, just keep easily focusing on that drawing. And if you get tired, of course, just go and gaze at some other part of the drawing. But however you can, come back to the center and let it guide you, basically. So as you're gazing at this center of this drawing, take a few deep breaths in and exhales. One or two times, maybe 3 times. Arrive in your tummy. Feel how you're exhaling and how your tummy pushes the air out through your nostrils. And then let all and any tension that you may notice in your body just dissipate, drain out of your body, as if you have a grounding cord that is there just for that purpose, to leave any tension, any superfluous thoughts, any feelings and emotions that are maybe distracting. Just let them drain out of you into the earth, gently dissipating like water out of you, leaving behind your body in a ready, present, and alert state, fully relaxed. And then as you see the petals there in the middle, around that center, as you're focusing on the center with the corner of your eye, you can pay attention how maybe some movement is happening, or one or the other of the petals stands out more than the others. They seem to become 3-dimensional. And as you allow that to happen through your eyes, through your perception, know this in its essence as the essence of humanity, the light of humanity, the light of the spirit of humanity, showing up here as a disk of light, as a disk of healing light, available for all the bodies of humanity that are alive right now on this planet. And as you're allowing that notion of the light of the spirit of humanity to be right here in front of you as you encompass it with your eyes, letting it talk to you in the ways that it does through perception. I want you to imagine this is the shining light that is in the heart, in your heart, in your very own heart. And it is right there in your heart. You see it now on the screen. And now see it inside your heart, shining brightly inside your heart. And as you're noticing it, maybe you have to imagine it, maybe you feel it, maybe it's a feeling for you. Maybe it's a hue of color that transposes the drawing as a three-dimensional figure or soothing, healing disc of light into your heart. Or maybe it's just a thought. However you draw this image into your heart is perfect. There is no right, there is no wrong. You can't do anything wrong in this. And as you imagine this shining light of the spirit of humanity being in your heart, because you're a human being, how could it not be there? As the human being that you are, you have of course that shining light of the spirit of humanity inside your own heart. And as it is there in its beauty and its sheen and its colors, its warmth, warming your heart with the love that it carries, with the playfulness, the fortitude, the joy, the unconditionality of it, the unconditional joy and love that is the essence of our hearts, all of our hearts. I would like you to now pay attention to those arms that are going around in all directions. And some of them go upwards and they protrude out of your heart. And some of them go sideways. And some of them go a little bit diagonal. And some of them go a little bit downwards or downwards. And as they are there, see that there are these other blue things around them. Each arm has a corresponding blue outlet. And each arm can be plugged in into those outlets. What do you think those outlets are? If we look at the spirit of humanity here, what would the spirit of humanity love to plug in the most? It would love to plug in into its source. And these are ways in which source makes itself available to the spirit of humanity. And now in your own way, through your imagination, through your thoughts, through your feelings, through a color maybe or a sound, take one of those arms, the one that is highest up there, and grab it with your hand like this, like I do, and simply plug it in into that outlet, the outlet of source itself. And as you plug it in there, notice the rejuvenating flow of life force, of spirit, of light, of love, flowing right away through the arm into the sheen, into this healing disc of light of humanity that is in your heart. And we're going to take now with the other hand, the next one more to the left there, grab it and simply gently plug it in into this other outlet. And again, feel that warm, soothing, refreshing energy coming in. The energy of that source that gives life to everything unconditionally and loves everything unconditionally forever. And we're going to keep going. We're going to go more to the right. There is the one that goes like this. Grab that one and plug it into that outlet more to the right. And again, feel that influx of that inexhaustible source that has everything to give in infinity, without limits, ever. Now, let's grab the one to the left, the fourth one, and plug it in there, slightly diagonal. With your hand, with your imagination. Use your hands, it helps to allow the body to do it. And now there is the one on the right here, kind of like halfway, grabbing it and plugging it in over there, and again that soothing influx and jolt of energy. That beautiful golden, whitish, shining light, maybe you see it like that as well. And then we have another arm, roughly horizontal. We take that one to the left and plug it in into that outlet. And we allow ourselves to be nourished, already to the brim with all that infinitely available nourishment that brings everything that we would ever need in this lifetime to us. All the essential stuff, all that we really need, which is that light and that love. And now we go on a little bit to the right, slightly lower. We grab that arm and gently plug it in. And then the one to the left that is roughly in that same space and putting it down there. We have 3 more left to go. And the one diagonal right, let's plug that one in as well, gently, happily. And then there is one to the left, diagonal, the lower diagonal there. Let's plug that one in, and we have only one left. Let's plug that one in the lowest one, so that the circle is now complete. All 11 arms plugged in into the source of everything, the source that gives everything forever and ever without holding back, has everything available at all times. All that is needed for life to exist is there, flowing now into this healing disc of light right inside your heart. And as you feel yourself being nourished and all your needs being taken care of right now, to the brim, to the maximum, to the best that you can hold as a human being in the body, the whole body, your whole spirit, your soul, your energy field, all your organs, every aspect of your body, the smallest and the largest, everything being filled up with that juicy nourishment that does all that needs to be done in your body to be in a perfect state of love and balance and healing. And now, as you're enjoying that, let's do a little leap forward in space, and let's focus on that country that we're talking about today, for which we have gathered in prayer here, in meditation, in visualization. And let's see the symbolic woman of Iran, the Iran woman, the one woman of Iran. See her standing in front of you in any appearance that you like, in any appearance that she likes to be there present for you. And see her hovering over that country, the Iran woman, in her love and joy, in her courage, in her endurance, in her fortitude, in her perseverance, in her acceptance, in her humbleness, in her glory, in her beauty, in her connectedness, in her as a center of life, the one who gives life. She in her divine feminine principle standing right here in front of you. And now look at her heart and see that healing disc of light in her heart. And if you don't see it, then send her some of yours. Send it in there, there where maybe there is tears, sadness, grief in that heart. Give her some of yours, because you have enough, remember. There is plenty, an infinite amount and supplies coming into your heart right now. Give some to her, the woman of Iran. She, the bearer of life. She, the expression of the divine in her ability to create life. And let her be filled with that light, that love, that infinite supply that is plenty in all of our hearts here. And we all focus, who do this meditation, on the woman of Iran. And we see that love and the light nourishing her heart so much so that everything she needs is there right now in her heart. The power that she needs to face darkness is there right now in her heart. Her ability to shine the light in her own country to such a degree that it dissipates darkness from that country. Like always where there is light, there can't be darkness. And let's give her all and everything that she needs. Let's see for her how she receives it. Let's see her receiving as an aspect of the human spirit, an aspect of the human body, the global planetary human body that she is, in her right to be, in her right to receive this nourishment, in her right to receive this glorious light, and to be filled by it in every aspect of her being, in every fiber of her being, in all her millionfold bodies, in all the millions of women that live right now in Iran, filling up all and every individual heart through this one woman of Iran who hovers bravely, powerfully, shining her glorious royal light into the universe and calling in her own voice for that light to be here in her life, the woman of Iran, in all her millions of bodies, of female bodies, through which she shows up in Iran right now. Let her shine in her glory, and not only that, we don't need to let her shine. She knows how to do that. We just see her shining in her glory in a country that is filled with dance, with love, with laughter, with singing, with free-flowing hair, with beauty, with power, beautiful power, positive power, constructive power that encompasses and loves all the animals, all the trees, all the plants, all the lakes and mountains, and all the plains, and all the fields, and all the cities, and all life that is in this territory that we call Iran, filled and held in the light that she channels right now into this millionfold body of her, where every heart beats and picks up, nourishes itself on this infinite source that comes to her unconditionally. And we are here witnessing this happening right now. See it happening. We see it possible. We see it possible that the woman of Iran is free, is free, is free. Now I would like to ask you to envision her being protected by this light, like a powerful shield of light all the way around her, all the way around her whole body, in the front, in the back, like an armor of light, but made and woven out of divine, powerful healing light, an impenetrable armor where darkness cannot enter. See her in her armor of light, in her powerful protection. And if that image, you don't like that image, then imagine it like a cocoon woven all the way around her, and she is in the shining light of this divine silk that she is inside, in which she is protected. All of the women of Iran being in this protective shield, in this protective cocoon, gently being held in that protection, from which they can gather their power to dissipate any darkness from any corner of that country, their territory, their homeland. That's where they have their roots. Free their roots of all darkness, no matter how old that darkness is, inherited from millions of generations, that has expressed itself recently and even today. But now that has come to an end, is coming to an end, and we dare to see that shift having happened. We dare to see that the woman of Iran is free now. Not somewhere tomorrow, not somewhere in the future, but now. I thank you for participating in this visualization. And I thank you for your love and for your generosity of sharing that which you have in your heart with all the people in Iran. For the channeled song, if you wish to, you can close your eyes, or if you feel you're drifting off, then focus again on this drawing a little bit to bring you back into your center, into your heart, and ride the wave of the words, even if you don't understand them. They are all vibration, and vibration is energy, and energy is love. And that's what this song is about. That's what the intent of this song is, to bring love forward and to bring light to there where there is dark. So let's all of us attune to this song best we can, and let's see how the reception is today. Inimamia, my heart. Acum eu chem acum la mine inima mea. Acum eu te chem la mine acum. Tu inima mea, care tu aici bați în pieptul meu omenesc. Acum eu te chem să vii acum. Tu, inima mea, te chem acum să cânți din pieptul ăsta omenesc și să vorbești acum în limba ta. Aduceți tu viziunile tale acum aici în cântecul acesta omenesc. Aduce tu acum viziunea ta, vino tu prin vocea asta și vorbește acum prin corpul ăsta omenesc. În toate felurile care sunt adevărate pentru tine. Eu sunt acum aici pentru tine tu, inima mea care tu bați în inima, în pieptul meu, în pieptul meu. Acum tu vorbește, vino tu aici înainte și vorbește tu prin mine, acum tu, inima mea. Eu sunt inima omenească, eu sunt inima omenească. Eu sunt inima omenească și tu, omule, tu m-ai chemat. Tu-mi dai vocea ta să cânt prin tine, tu, omule. Eu sunt inima omenească, sunt inima globală omenească, planetară și acum eu mă bucur că pot să cânt printr-o voce omenească. Că eu am multe lucruri ce eu vreau să spun. Eu vreau să spun multe lucruri acum aici, prin vocea asta omenească. Eu sunt inima omenească planetară. Da, eu sunt aici în universul ăsta infinit și eu cânt acum prin corpul ăsta omenesc ca să îmi ridic vocea mea, să o cânt acum în spațiul ăsta infinit în jurul meu. Că eu sunt inima omenească și eu bat în multe piepturi aici pe pământ. Eu bat în piepturile oamenilor care sunt aici pe pământ. Eu sunt inima omenească când eu cânt acum prin vocea asta omenească. Eu inima omenească, eu inima oamenilor pe pământul ăsta, acum eu cânt acum prin vocea asta și eu vin acum că eu sunt aici, eu care o scânteie de lumină înăuntrul meu. E scânteia care i-am de viață, e scânteia care i-am de viața mea. Eu sunt inima omenească, inima omenească care eu sunt aici cu lumina asta în mine aici. E scânteia ta, tu creatoarea mea, tu care tu-mi dai viața mea. Eu trăiesc cu scânteia ta în mine aici, eu trăiesc cu scânteia ta, tu creatoarea mea, tu ai iubirea ta în mine și eu simt acum iubirea mea, trăiește ea în mine și se răspândește în jurul meu. Că eu sunt inima omenească a spiritului omenirii. Eu sunt inima omenirii și eu bat aici pe pământ acum corpurile mele omenești, multe corpuri omenești prin care eu bat. Da, eu sunt aici cu puterea mea, eu pompez viața, eu pompez forța de viață prin fiecare corp al meu omenesc. Eu sunt aici când eu sunt încorporată iubire al creatoarei mele fără condiții. Eu pompez viața asta prin corpurile mele multe omenești. Că ea, creatoarea, ea mi-a dat o sarcină, ea mi-a dat o sarcină divină sfântă, o sarcină divină sfântă. ca să eu pompez inimă, eu pompez acum forța de viață prin corpurile mele omenești, da, eu inimă al omenirii, eu acum mă deschid la puterea ta, creatoarea mea, și când eu mă deschid, eu mă deschid aici în puterea mea, creatoarea mea. Vino tu prin mine în puterea ta, că așa de mult întuneric s-a ascuns în inimile mele pe pământ. Când eu bat, eu simt întunericul ce s-a ascuns în mine peste tot pe pământ. Acum eu te chem, creatoarea mea, cu lumina ta, să vii, să strălucești prin mine acum aici, prin corpurile mele omenești, pământești. Și acum eu te văd, tu, creatoarea mea, când vii prin mine și strălucești tu raza ta de lumină, de viață infinită, care tu îmi dai în corpurile mele omenești, în camerele mele foarte mici, aici toate 4 camere, în fiecare inimă omenească ce eu am, și în arterele mele și în venele mele eu pompez acum, eu pompez lumina ta prin camera asta, camera aia, camera aceasta și aceasta aici. Eu pompez acum, eu pompez lumina ta prin camerele mele toate 4, ca să iluminez fiecare colț, fiecare mic colț al inimii care eu sunt. Da, eu cu lumina ta, eu merg aici ca o lanternă, eu strălucesc lumina prin inimile mele multe pe pământ. Și acum eu adun inimile mele, și acum eu adun razele tale de lumină, și acum eu îndrept razele tale de lumină către țara asta care se numește ea Iran. Este țara aia, teritoriul acela unde este numele de Iran. Acolo în inimile oamenilor mei, acolo în inimile oamenilor mei care trăiesc acolo în Iran. Este durere, este suferință, este întuneric, este tristețe, este o durere mare și un întuneric care s-a răspândit în multe inimile ale mele acolo, care sunt încolțite de întunericul acesta care este așa de rău, este întunericul acesta așa de vicios care a intrat în mine acolo, și de acolo de eu vin din toate colțurile pământului, eu mă unesc, eu uni inima globală, planetară, eu aduc lumina ta, tu, creatoarea ta, cu lumina ta, eu vin acum prin iubirea ta, eu strălucesc lumina ta prin inima mea către inimile mele care sunt acolo în întuneric. Inimile mele alea care sunt în întuneric, ele au uitat că sunt inimile mele multe de iubire, ele au uitat că scânteia de viață Spiritului Infinit, scânteia de viață al Spiritului Infinit e acolo în ele, da, e acolo în ele, da, da, eu sunt acum aici și cu iubire infinită eu mă uit acolo în inimile bărbaților care sunt așa de pierduți în întunericul ăla care se apară de parcă este infinit, dar nu e un întuneric
întuneric infinit, nu e infinit, este un întuneric așa de micuț, care se preface că este mare și infinit, că eu văd prin lumina creatoare mele, că eu văd acum prin lumina creatoare mele, cum întunericul acesta care se numește ură, care se numește frică, care se numește separare, care se numește cynicism, da, spiritele ăștia întunerice, care se prefac că sunt așa de puternice, ele sunt în inimile oamenilor mei acolo, bărbații mei. Cu tristețe în inimă, cu tristețe în mine, eu acum plâng, acum lacrimile multe ale oamenilor care sunt acum în durere. Și eu plâng lacrimile oamenilor care cântă acum cu mine, care cântă acum melodia lor de liberare. Oamenii care cântă melodia lor, ei cântă melodia lor, ei cântă melodia lor de liberare. Și când eu văd așa de multă suferire, eu chem acum toate inimile mele de pe pământ, bilioane de inimi de peste tot să vină acum să se unească aici cu mine și să aducem noi raza asta infinită de lumină iubitoare, infinită de la creatoarea noastră care ne creează în fiecare moment acum aici, unde este lumina care este aici necesară ca să se ducă aici afară, ca să trimite afară întunericul, ca să ia trimite afară întunericul. Eu inima omenească, eu acum mi-amintesc, de lumina creatoarei mele, de lumina creatoarei mele, care mă ghidează în fiecare moment, în fiecare moment. Și acum eu mă uit la femeia de Iran, femeia care este ea în corpul ei aici, femeia ea este viața mea, ea este principiul ăsta sfânt al femininității divine infinite, ea este femeia al Iranului. Și acum eu, inimă globală, eu aduc acum lumina mea unită de peste tot, de pe pământul ăsta infinit aici și din toate colțurile universului. Eu acum aduc fiecare rază de lumină aici pe pământul ăsta care se numește țara de Iran. Și aici în țara asta eu strălucesc lumina mea în femeile mele curajoase, femeile mele iubitoare, femeile mele așa de curajoase și de iubitoare și puternice ca să strălucească cu puterea lor acum aici afară lumina asta unde este întunericul. Și în fața întunericul acum eu inima globală, eu cer acum pe tine creatoarea mea să vii aici în ajutor, ca să eu creez acum în fiecare om al meu aici în țara asta de Iran un cocon de protejare ca să nu mai poată fi să vină înăuntru întunericul. Eu te rog pe tine, creatoarea mea, creatoarea mea, că eu sunt inima ta, creatoarea mea, când tu bați prin mine. Tu mă ții în lumina ta, în viața ta, în iubirea ta. Da, când tu mă ții în iubirea ta, eu acum sunt aici în viața mea, în viața mea. Viața mea, care este viața mea plină de iubirea ta. Și eu văd acum peste tot, în Iran, în fiecare corp prin care eu pompez inima, cu inima mea, omenească inimă, omenească care eu sunt. Eu pompez acum lumina creatoare prin sângele, cu sângele oamenilor mei. În sângele oamenilor mei este numai un sânge global, un singur sânge global. Da, eu pompez sângele acesta care este sfânt și plin de viața ta, creatoare mele. Eu te țin acum în mine când pompez în fiecare bătaie a mea. Eu sunt aici, eu pompez lumina ta, eu pompez lumina ta, bum, 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 bum. Eu pompez lumina ta prin inimile mele, prin corpurile mele omenești și cu fiecare bum, bum, bum. Eu acum creez o protejare în jurul fiecare corp al meu, o armură puternică de protejare, o armură puternică de protejare țesută de lumina ta, de mătasia ta divină care este ea, însă-și ea e lumina ta, însă-și ea e lumina ta, e țesătura ta, este ea coaja ta și este ea armura ta în jurul fiecare corp al meu. Și eu, inimă globală, eu acum iau înapoi inimile mele, eu le iau înapoi din mâinile întunericului și acum eu iau fiecare inimă a mea înapoi din mâinile întunericului care ține și le strânge așa de tare, dar cu lumina mea eu dizolvez acum mâinile lor alea întunerice din jurul inimilor mele, aștia inimile al bărbaților care au putere falsă aici în țara asta mea, da? Și cu lumina mea eu vin acum și eu acum transform întunericul într-o rază de lumină originală al creatoarei mele. De unde ele vin? De acolo de unde ele vin, de acolo de unde ele vin. Eu cu iubirea ta infinită eu acum pun mâinile mele vindecătoare pe întunericul acesta, pe frică, pe întunericul acesta, pe ură, pe întunericul acesta, război, pe întunericul acesta, cynicism, pe întunericul acesta, separare. Eu pun mâinile mele vindecătoare, divine, strălucitoare, tămăduitoare și așa de pline de lumina creatoare mele. Eu le țin acum pe spiritele aștia întunerice care sunt aici, acolo, este tot în țara asta mea. Și acum cu lumina mea răspândită este ea răspândită și pun acum coconurile de protejare în jurul bărbaților ăștia care au fost umpluți de întunericul acesta și eu îi văd în viitorul lor treziți, eu îi văd amintându-și de unde vin, că ei sunt oameni de lumină, da, și eu acum, eu, inimă globală, eu sunt aici ca să sărbătoresc ca să sărbătoresc victoria mea globală al spiritului meu care m-a creat. Eu, inimă globală, planetară, acum eu strălucesc în gloria creatoarei mele. Let's take 2 minutes of silence. And gently come back into the room where you are and open your eyes if you had them closed. And in closing, I would like to thank each human being who is willing, has been willing, and has committed to this whole meditation here, and is willing to see the people in Iran in their freedom. Every bit of light that anybody dares to send over there is welcomed and makes a big difference. So I thank you for your heartfelt participation and for your love and dedication to your fellow human beings, which are all one and the same body as yours. Please go and visit my website, stefanfabri.com, to see more information about meditations or for ways to contribute to support the cause of the women in Iran. And I look forward to seeing you once again somewhere in this lifetime, crossing paths. And in closing, I wish you from my heart all the best to you, and walk in beauty through your life.